Hey y'all, welcome back. Well, the shed has come a long way. This is phase 4 basically. And I'll give you a quick overview of the building, show you what we've done on this last 2 weeks, and I'll give you a breakdown on cost of what it's got us to get to this point so far, which is in the dry minus soffit. So anyway, we'll get this video rolling. Well, as y'all can see, the shed is one color now. We painted the entire shed. It took 10 gallons of paint. I've got all my black trim on. These are all common boards, 1x4s. We haven't quite finished the doors up. We got that one painted, don't have the frame painted. We got this one started, needs another coat and the frame painted. But other than that, the rest of the trim's on. You can see the fascia boards have been started on that end, but I still have to come down through here. They're all painted and over here in this corner. But the cost of this, you got to remember that minuses this shed, other than the rafters. We got to minus this shed because this shed was already built. So I'll show you a picture here in 2006 when I built this building. I'll put it right here. And as you can see, it has, I started with a cooler inside, built it around it, and then I had some old cheap rafters I put on top and put the 4x8 sheet siding on it. And I don't even remember what the cost of it was then. I know these sideboards have went up twice as much. So basically, we're going to cut out this part and we're just going to add the rafters. So as you'll see in the picture below, when I started this section, that you'll see the dirt, where we added the dirt, and then where we added the concrete. That was $1,500 to do the concrete. Now that was labor and concrete included. I had a good friend help me. I gave him some money to help me do it, and that was that part. So that's $1,500 of it. The lumber you see in the trapping shed part that finishes it up, that is all the walls, all the way around. My nook, tying it into this building, which I haven't cut the door yet. We're just working on what it costs to build it. So all the lumber in this part and all of the lumber minus the 4x4s, the 6x6s, which is these posts here, the 6x6s where I stood it, and you'll see it in the pictures that I'm putting here. Just the lumber alone was $2,000. So that's everything minus the boards, or minus the 6x6s. The 6x6s was $75 a piece. Basically, that's what it roughed up to be. So $150, $300. So $450, we'll say $500 on that. Nails and screws was roughly $150, $200. I had a lot of the nails already. The rafters, which was 31 rafters, you'll see them in this picture here. 31 rafters up there were $1,485. That's a 412 pitch rafter. Got them from Anderson Rafters, and was really a great deal. So roughly $1,500 on that. It was $1,480 free shipping to deliver them here. The sheeting really cost me. This sheeting was $42 a sheet, and altogether, not counting that in, altogether that was I had to go back and check my math, but all the sheeting to completely do this was $1,386. That was sheeting all this and this corner here, so I didn't have to sheet that in. I used the siding to do my nook, but there is sheets on this wall right here. Because I wasn't sure if I was going to add the pole barn, and plus I needed something over it anyway. So that's all the sheeting that's on it. You got to remember, this thing is 30 or 63 feet long. It is. You look down that side right there. That is a run. Okay, and then Troy and Landon helped me put the roof on, and Earl and Dad. So my labor was free on that. Thank y'all. I appreciate it if you're watching the video. Nothing like family and friends. So it didn't cost me nothing in labor, and all this was built 90% by myself. Kim did a lot of helping. Dad did a lot of helping. I did all the framing and stuff. The sheets, I ended up sheeting this whole thing. And I know a lot of people's gonna say, well, I would just lathe it. Well, the reason that I didn't lathe it and slat it all the way down and just screw tin on top of it was because I'm going to central heat and air this one to HVAC, and then I'm going to HVAC this one too down the road. But this one is getting, as soon as I get the porch built on this end and I get all this enclosed, get my facials on, get everything on, that room will be completely cleaned out, re-insulated, because I missed some walls a long time ago in 2006, and I will be adding a heat and air unit into that. So that to get to this cost, I have $1,500 in sheeting and synthetic underlayment under that tin. So that's the reason I did it, and it is sheeted all the way down, all the way to that end. So 63 by 14, it's actually got 2 rows, 4x8 sheets, which is 2 rows laid this way and a partial on top. So there was a lot of sheets went into this. So, but that's why it did that. You could have saved money. People could have probably saved money on the siding, probably saved money on the OSB that's on the ceiling. But in my case, I just went ahead and done it because I know how I am, and down the road, I'll end up putting probably HVAC in this one too. So I have not bought in the insulation. Like I said, this video is only for what it took for me to get to this point, and I went ahead and added in the wiring, the paint, and the trim. But that cost you could minus off because that didn't actually put it in the dry. The main part of putting it in the dry is building everything, siding it, putting the windows in, getting the sheets on, the rafters, the sheets, the synthetic underlayment, the tin, not counting the ridge vent and the corner caps. Last but not least, which wasn't really something that put it in the dry, was the trim boards, the one before commons. I was astonished how much this wood has went up. It is ridiculous. But the trim that you see that hits my sheets, and of course I did a little custom stuff here to make it look even better, that run me right at $1,000. That's facial all the way around, 63 feet both sides, plus cover my end rafters, and 2 boards per run, which was 63 feet, boxing the windows, and then putting the end piece on, the end piece and the piece you just seen on that end. Okay, and then we moved to lights and wiring. So lights and wiring, I'm doing all the wiring myself. The boxes, I use 250 foot rolls of wires, or of 14-2 wire. And then of course I bought all the boxes, and I had a lot of light switches. That run me $500. But that's basically the breakdown of the shed. And I'll spin around here so y'all can get a better look at it. And I make a correction a while ago. This door is new. I paid $250 for this door. That window was given to me. This window was not given to me. I paid $100 for that window at a place down the road that sells salvage stuff. So I end up, my Kayla's fiance, Greg, give me that window, and then I put that window in. So now we add all this up. We'll look at the build one more time and add all this up, and I'll tell you almost to the T what I got. I averaged everything so I wouldn't have oddball dollar cents in it. So we're within $50 of what it cost me to get it where it's at now. And I had to go check my sheet to make sure, but this is the total. So there you have it. There's the full price of what it costs. Now this did get a little carried away. This building here serves our purpose for cleaning deer and doing everything that we need to do. This building was mainly for trapping and storage, but it's slowly turned into a man cave and turned out a whole lot nicer than what I ever thought it would be, and cannot wait to get in there and finish it up before deer season. And of course, the pole barn side was added again. Thank God I stopped where I did, or I'd kept going to the neighbor's yard. But this is gonna be super handy because at this point we're actually field dressing deer and cleaning some deer out there on that winch. That little shed's leaving, and Kim's shed is going down there. All of our winch set up in trolley will be put in here, and we'll be able to back a side-by-side. We'll be able to back a truck, whatever, into this bay and do whatever we need. Now, down the road, I will be closing this in. This will have doors. This will mainly be for boiling skulls, doing some skinning, stuff like that. This here will be more for yard tools, ladders, rakes, lawnmowers, whatever, four-wheelers and stuff that I'm working on, whatever it comes down to. But this shed is really turned out pretty sweet. I'm extremely happy with it. And might have went a little overboard on the price from what I originally started, but man, it sure is, it sure is nice. I mean, this thing's actually longer than my house. It's not as wide as my house, but it's long as my house. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll be updating y'all some more on what I do on the inside, and we finish up the paint. We'll do a final video when it's completely done. You'll be seeing me do a lot of trapping stuff in this shed. You'll be seeing me doing a lot of videos in this shed. And we're going to get back to our summer pattern of getting our deer stuff out. There's stands to be moved, salt licks. We'll be getting back into trapping. Deer season's 3 months down the road. And there'll be a lot more stuff on the Pioneers and trucks and stuff. So y'all stay tuned. Thank y'all for keeping up with us on this great big monster of a shed. Thanks for all the subscribers, the loyal people that comment. Please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, God bless. We'll see you on the next video. See ya. So like you seen in the pictures, this was already built. That's all new. Of course, the trapping shed, that is a 14 deep, 20 foot. Everything on this is new, including the new pad. I have not finished the insides or the soffit yet, but the insides are really, really close. As you've seen in the little clip before, I have my other little lights that are in here for my workbench for my trapping. Boom. And over there too where my tools will be. That's gonna be super nice having everything laid out, storage all up here. There'll be blinds, tree stands. A lot of it's piled out here in the pole barn now. There'll be shelving on around here, place to hang my cornhole boards over here. My freezers will go down this wall. Probably have some skulls and stuff up there. God knows I've got plenty of them laying around. And the pole barn is done started accumulating stuff. That's my new lights. Those are killer lights. Let me flip them on. Them LED lights are really nice. Can't tell much here in the daylight, but boy, it really lights it up at night. I've got a picture I'll put right here showing what they look like. Oh, and the windows were given to me. So not much costing them. I think I got $100 in that end one. And then the pole barn, of course, the roof is not in yet. The ceiling's not in. As you can see, it's going to be typical pole barn style. It's already started accumulating stuff. There's some of my odd cuts. Done got my deer carts out. Kim's got her mower in here, my push mower. You see some tables and salt, bunch of tree stands and ladders. All that goes in that trapping room or storage room. There's my facial boards ready to go. They've all been painted, separated, and dried. But this is already starting to accumulate, accumulating stuff. But all in all, I am super tickled. I did not level this part. I got my normal grade. That right there will have, there'll be gravel in here. I've still got some work to do in here, and I might end up concreting this eventually. But yeah, it's turned out really sweet.